Yo, what's up guys? I wanted to talk today a little bit about rhythms. I think one of the most important elements of music is rhythm. So start doing simple exercise, even 5 minutes a day. There are a few things that we can do in order to kind of internalize rhythms better, and they're pretty simple. So first, what is rhythm? The definition of rhythm is a repeated movement or sound. I think we feel rhythms in our body in a very strong way. When something is being played and the rhythm is clear and strong, we can really respond to it almost physically. It's like an event in space in a way. Different styles of music require different subtleties with rhythm. I think with jazz there is a really high level of accuracy, and swing is quite complex in that relationship to the beat. Of course, different styles of music, like Indian music is crazy complex, and the cross rhythms and polyrhythms and the different layers are very complicated. If we're talking about rock or pop music, so the subtleties are different. As musicians, we need to really spend time and really think about that element and practice that. And the cool thing about rhythm, I think that once we kind of bring that into awareness, we can practice it almost all the time without the instrument, right? We can walk and tap different ideas and sing different rhythms against each other to kind of feel and internalize the beat in a stronger way. I'm just gonna bring a few ideas that you can do really all the time whenever you have time to work on rhythms. A good exercise would be just subdividing the beat between 1 to 8. So this is 60 BPM, so that means there are 60 beats per minute. And I'm gonna subdivide the beat from 1 to 8. And I'm thinking about the beat is this like circle in a way. So it's like something of that kind of motion. And I'm just gonna subdivide that into different parts. So, and I feel like it's really important to try and feel the rhythms in our bodies. So a lot of times when I listen to music or practice things, I would really try to like almost breathe in the beat in a way, like just like really feeling it and trying to internalize it all the time. So ta 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 ki ta ta ki ta ta ki ta ta ki takadimi 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 tadikinatum tadikinatum tadikin tadikinatum takita 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 takadimi takita takadimi takita takadimi takita takadimi 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 takita takadimi takita takadimi takita takadimi takita 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 tadikinatum 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 tadikin takadimi 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 takita 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 ta 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 ta. So basically Carnatic syllables. It's just an easy way to say it, instead of 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can totally do 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just went between 1 to 8 and back. This is like something that you can do just walking, just like trying to like feel the beat like that, and just like ta, 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 ta. Things like that, just to feel it, and being able to kind of switch between the subdivision, jumping between them so you can like feel the 5, tadikinatum, 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 like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then kind of hearing that subdivision in a clear way. Of course, then playing it with an instrument is definitely important as well. One of the most basic cross rhythms in music is 3 against 4. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So try just to do that with me so you can really feel it. So there are, again, the core notes and the dotted core notes, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And we can feel it from both sides, the 2 or the 3. And 2 against 3 or 3 against 4 is basically the same relationship. And then what happens with jazz or a lot of different songs, so there are a few different layers of time, right? So like we might have the drummer that is playing, like we'll have the, in jazz, the core note would be kind of in the bass drum, like feathering the bass drum. Like that would be core notes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So it's both. And then we can take like a song on top of that and sing it. I'm gonna take Over the Rainbow, Somewhere Over the Rainbow in C major. So this is a C drawing just to hear the C. Do, la, si, sol, la, si, do. Do, la, sol, la, fa, mi, do, re, mi, fa, re, si, do, re, mi, do. Right, and then I'm just gonna do the core notes and the dotted chord notes. So why did it stop? I'm not sure. Okay. So do, do, si, sol, la, si, do, la, sol, la, fa, mi, do, re, mi, fa, re, si, do, re, mi, do. I'll do it one more time. I'll do it slower instead of the double time. So do, stop, but good, kind of good timing. So the point is, we can take simple songs. You don't have to sing solfege. I think it's sometimes it's helpful for me to like sing this song with the name of the notes. I don't do it always. Sometimes just like la 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 or anything. But it's also more about the rhythms in this specific exercise. But the point is that we want to feel a few different layers of rhythm. So we want to feel the core notes, and we want to feel some sort of subdivision or some sort of cross rhythm on top of that. So right now I was doing the core notes and dotted core notes. We can also do it even in a more simple way, just doing core notes, and I'm just gonna like do the 8th notes, which is gonna be the subdivision right now on my lap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just gonna try to be kind of balanced, you know, so the upbeat and the downbeat are kind of okay, hopefully. And that takes also like some muscle control, right? Some like just practicing that kinesthetic memory, the muscle memory, so you can do these actions and, you know, have a conversation or think about the melody of the song, right? So do, do, si, sol, la, si, you know, and so on and so forth. So just like trying to hear the subdivision and trying to sing a song and trying to kind of like internalize that. So these are like really simple exercises that you can do, you know, when you're waiting for the subway or bus, or, you know, in a flight. You can put your headphones and just tap, or, you know, things that could make us like better musician and more aware and alert of time, that don't really take a lot of effort. Once we have that conscious of the time and thinking about it, it's just going to get better. Again, with jazz, the subcurrent of that music, of swing, is really triplets. So the triplets and the subdivision of that, and being able to hear and articulate the triplets really well, is a very big deal. Like putting the metronome on the second triplet or the third triplet and singing different exercises to kind of control that better. Ben Street and Ari Honing and these kind of people showed me a bunch of these exercises, and we can totally talk more about those things. As a starting point, like just being able to hear the subdivision, being able to sing a song and tap dotted quarter notes against it, and then maybe just the dotted quarter notes without the quarter notes once you feel more comfortable. But even as a really basic starting point, just like, you know, just being comfortable having a conversation while just doing that, you know. And again, nobody's born with the ability to play the other corners. You just need to practice it a little bit. And again, it doesn't matter if it takes like 10 minutes or a few hours. You can definitely do that and internalize that to a far extent, so you feel comfortable. It's the same thing with driving, right? We want to basically practice music to the point that we don't need to think about it, right? We kind of suppress a lot of the information into our subconscious, and when we're soloing or when we're playing music in a live show, again, whether it's shredding, heavy metal, or pop or rock, we just want to feel comfortable with the information so we can deal with the aesthetics, right, instead of thinking about the technical stuff. So again, like driving, there's a lot of information involved in the process of driving, right? If you remember your first driving lesson, just getting into the car and just a ton of things, right? But after a week or 2 weeks or a month or 2 months that you drive and do that action again and again, you're not thinking about it. You can have a deep conversation and your brain perform this magic behind the curtain. So this is exactly what we want to do with different aspects of music, right? We want to practice them in a very clear way, in a very specific way, and kind of, again, diving deep into what it is that we're trying to do in order to internalize, so we can later on express better whatever language or art that we're trying to do. And again, I think that's valid for a lot of different actions. It's understanding the task at hand and trying to internalize it in a very, very deep extent, so when you're doing it, it feels easy, right? And I think it's a lot of repetition, but it's also like doing that repetition with really high focus, right? I think the alert and being present when we're practicing is a very, very big deal, because you really want to be there and feel the metronome and feel the groove. Because again, you can say, yeah, subdivision, whatever, it's like super easy, but in reality, it's not that easy. And I think there aren't a lot of, amazing musicians that do that like amazingly. And all the great musicians that we'll name, whether it's pop, rock, jazz, that rhythmic accuracy and that delivery of music is on such a high level. So I think that's very, very inspiring for me to like hear, whether it's Brad Mello or Wes Montgomery or Miles or Charlie Parker, or again, I can name a lot of people in other fields of music as well. But the point is that accuracy and that intention is very, very deep, and I think this is a good thing to practice as aspiring musician or as musician, So I do feel that a lot of it is in the alert, in the intention. So I just like want to again encourage you to just like start thinking about it and start doing simple exercises, even 5 minutes a day, in order to internalize rhythms and later on extending that awareness. So when you're playing, you're hearing the few layers of time and being able to articulate music like that. Cool. I hope this helps. I hope this is interesting. Let me know what you think. Thanks again for listening. Have an awesome day.